Hi, my name's Austin O'Neill, and this is my semester summary for ECE 102 Spring 2021 semester. So I could not find the semester summary requirements in the syllabus. So basically what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to take our normal weekly summary format, apply it to the whole semester, and then kind of mash the course competencies portfolio in there and kind of go over a little bit of everything that I did. What I did this semester. It's a little bit hard to mash all in here because even though the course wasn't what it originally was planned to be, we still actually did a whole lot of stuff. So I worked on various group projects. So like the bridge project, the pyramid project, I've completed screen grabs of those on this slide. So we have the pyramid there that I made in Tinker CAD. That was the internal structure. I worked with Tinker CAD. I had never done that before I did this course. So there's like the boat game piece I built. I worked with Screencast-O-Matic weekly, and every week I feel like I gained a little bit more knowledge than the previous one. I can confidently make a screencast now and edit it. And add things like bumper music and transitions and stuff. I spent time furthering my knowledge of Excel, so I actually have a pretty extensive knowledge of Excel. I use it on an everyday basis in my job. But to take simulators and then translate them into Excel was definitely a new thing that I learned. I effectively managed my time this semester, which was actually pretty crazy. This was my last semester of community college, and I work full-time. I'm a full-time mom, and I took 5 courses to be able to graduate in May. So time management was like critical this semester. I completed discussions and found neat resources on engineering-based topics. So I did every single discussion that this course offered. I did all of the correspondence with all of my peers that was required to obtain an A. And I also found neat resources for every single one that was posted. And honestly, those were really enriching to me. I loved doing the research on those neat resources and learning about all those topics through the research. I set goals in and out of the classroom. So I definitely set goals for this class. I set goals for all my other classes. I really wanted to leave college with the highest GPA possible, and then I made a lot of goals in my personal life, whether it be fitness or at my job, and I actually made all of them, which is actually pretty rewarding. I worked with multiple softwares in order to complete assignments for this course. So I worked with the Johns Hopkins Bridge Simulator. I had never done that before. I worked with Tinker CAD. I'd never done that before. I'd worked with Logger Pro already in my chemistry classes, but not in this manner. So that's just like a little quick run through of all the things I did this semester to be able to say that I successfully completed this course. So what I learned from what I did this semester. Right here on this slide, I just completed all 10 of the course competencies. I included them on here, and I'm going to run through them right now one by one and provide evidence for all of these competencies for this course. So competency 1, use effective student success strategies. So the evidence I've provided for this, the first 2 on the left are my planner. So for my planner, it was organized and color-coded by class on the date that everything was due. For this class, I found myself just picking due dates because there was nothing really outlined. So I would give myself a drop-dead date that I wanted to have that assignment done by, and then as I completed all of them, I would highlight them one by one. I also included a screen grab of my correspondence between me and my professors. That I feel like that shows that I effectively communicated this semester in order to do everything to the best of my ability. Competency 2. So describe the primary elements of the engineering profession, including the major engineering subspecialties and the types of projects they work on. So the best evidence that I have for this is the discussion that we did, or no, actually it was a neat resource about the engineering subspecialties. And for this project, I actually spent a lot of time researching all the different subspecialties of engineering, even though I only am focusing on chemical engineering for my future career goals. Competency 3, set personal, academic, and career goals to guide success in college studies. So I think healthy mind, healthy body, organized life, right? Like that's my motto. So over the course of the last year and a half, I've lost 150 pounds. And as I successfully set that goal and obtained it, my mental health drastically improved. And so it definitely helped my college studies. But for my goals that I set for this course specifically, I included a screen grab from the syllabus quiz where we had to state what the goal was that we were pursuing in this class. So I said I was pursuing an A. And then as far as my career goals, I included the email because I just took a new position at work. I'm now the billing auditor and insurance coordinator for 12 companies across the nation, all in the behavioral health field. And that was a huge goal of mine because before I was just working with the patients and now I'm working with numbers, which I feel like is really up my alley. Competency 4, effectively communicate qualitative and quantitative information orally, visually, and writing. So the biggest evidence I have of this is the bridge project, that first group project we did. So I included the screen grab of the Excel spreadsheets showing the quantitative data that I had to provide. And then I also did the information orally from that project where I had to describe everything that was going on. I also included a screen grab of the actual raw truss from the Johns Hopkins simulator. Competency 5, use an engineering design process to propose solutions to real-world problems. So the best evidence I have for that is the pyramid project that we did. And I believe this to be evidence for that because the pyramids are a real-life thing, and we were able to recreate scale versions of them. So I've included screen grabs for that and the elements of engineering that we actually used for that project. Competency 6, work effectively in collaborative teams on engineering projects. This was probably the hardest part of this entire course. My one teammate, she was incredible. Her name was Elle. My other teammate, it appears that he might have dropped the course after spring break. But I included our correspondence between each other over text message and screen grabs to the right. On how we all decided the breakdown of the work and everything, and how we all worked together as a team, seemingly to get the projects done remotely. Competency 7, apply appropriate problem-solving techniques to engineering problems using graphical, mathematical, written, and computer modeling tools. So my biggest evidence of this is all the work we did with Tinker CAD this semester. So I included the screen grab of the game piece, but we also used it in a couple other things, primarily the pyramid project, and then the final model for the bridge project. It was really cool to be able to use these softwares, especially Logger Pro, and actually apply them to different engineering things because this was my first engineering class that I'd ever taken, and it was cool to kind of dip my toe in the water with that when doing this competency. Competency 8, use spreadsheets to organize information and develop numerical and graphical models to engineering problems. The best evidence I have of this is definitely the bridge project. So we had to make an Excel spreadsheet for the nodes and stuff for this project and then graphically display it on the Johns Hopkins simulator. And this is where I had to use both of those, was on that first bridge project. Competency 9, interpret and analyze data from spreadsheets and discuss the results in written reports. Honestly, that bridge project was probably the most beneficial thing we did. Those group projects, we actually had to incorporate a lot of elements together. So my evidence for this competency is definitely that bridge project also, because not only did I have to use spreadsheets to analyze the data from the simulator, but I then had to conduct a written report. So that has been included on this slide. Competency 10, accurately incorporate units and dimensions when solving engineering problems. The best evidence I have for this is that game piece that we built. We had to make it so that they were to the proper dimensions, no more than 50 millimeters in each dimension in Tinker CAD. So I included that project, and then also the pyramid project I included because we did have to build it to scale for the Great Pyramid. Oh, real life connections. For this, I just included a picture for me and my son on the right there. And this course had so many real life connections, it was crazy. I would find myself in group at work, like helping people try to better themselves, like bringing up discussions from this class. And I mean, I do it even in conversation, like with my family, because I do feel that I learned so many things about myself, my childhood, and ways that I can do things in the future from this course. I actually can really bring my coping, studying, and time management skills from this course and how crazy this semester was to the future courses I take, especially to exercise gratitude. And then the current skills learned through recovery to excel in this course. So I didn't used to be the best person. I'm actually 5 years sober from all substances, and I've had to learn like a different skill for like every instance in my life to really become the person that I am today. And I found myself using all of these tools that I've acquired from my past to excel in this course, and that was so rewarding. So the grade that I believe I believe that for this course, I definitely earned an A. In the beginning of the semester, I set the goal of achieving an A, and that is what I've been pursuing this entire time, even through all the ups and downs. I definitely feel like I've earned this grade and that I've completed all the requirements to obtain this grade. And I feel like all of that evidence is in those slides about the course competencies that I just went over. So, to summarize, even though this semester was a bit unorthodox, I honestly feel as though this course was one of the most beneficial classes I've ever taken. This is the only course I find myself discussing elements of in my actual life. I did various things over the semester, such as using Logger Pro, utilizing computer modeling, using spreadsheets, participating in discussions, finding neat resources, working effectively in groups, and using simulators. I feel as though I can confidently state that I have attained all the course competencies and have the appropriate evidence to back this statement up. I successfully was able to connect this course to my life on a weekly basis through all of my summaries and daily. I believe that I have put in the required work and that I deserve an A. Thank you so much for this enriching course, even though it is not the course